Hello and welcome back. Okay, I've spent the last few hours going. I had three, well, I've two forests of redwoods. These are all, if you've been watching my videos, you'll have seen me working on these ones. There was a bunch of things, 5 in a small pot that I got for a Father's Day present. And then I have a small forest of cuttings which are all growing, and then I have a bigger forest of cuttings which was all these guys here, a bit longer, and this fella. So I've decided I'm going to put them all into one forest, or the most of them anyway, maybe not the little small ones, but these guys. I'm just gonna, because both forests, the one with the Father's Day trees in, they were bought as a forest mixed already, and they were just in a very narrow path and that, so I wanted to get them out of there and turn them round, because I chopped them all. As you see, they were all chopped back, so I want to make them that as the front now. But when I chopped them back, they could have been in any angle, because I just went with one leader, deciding which way I wanted it. So I've decided I'm just going to make one forest. So I have this kind of large, it's basically a large sturdy seed tray, which I'm going to use until I eventually get maybe a slab or something to put it on. So I spent a couple of hours, I've gone through all the trees, I've got them out of the trays they were in, and I've done a bit of a clean up on all the roots. You can see, trimmed them all back. So I had to take a big root off there, but I've got all the roots trimmed back, ready to go. This tree, I don't think I've ever seen roots as long as the one that was on this. They must have been 8 foot long. It was in quite a tray about that size, and the roots were going round and round and round the outside of the pot. It was massive root balls, so I'm taking quite a bit off, as you can see. Okay, so we'll get started. I'm also going to use, this is the dragon stone, which I had to break apart to get a juniper out of before, so I'm going to use some of that. Okay, so I've put a layer of course gravel, as you can see in the bottom. This is not gravel, it's bonsai soil. It's akadama and pumice, a bit of lava rock mixed. The tray is obviously full of holes, so it's all ready to go. So I'm going to put a layer of soil down now first, I think. And what I'm using is old soil that I've sieved, but I've also mixed some new soil into it, and I've put a bit of compost in as well. It's basically all just stuff that I've had kicking about. So I was fine for forests, you may as well use this stuff, but it's, a lot of there's some new soil in it, and a lot of the soil from some of these forests I took out was pretty new, so it's still good soil, so we may as well use it for forests and things. So I'm just going to put, first of all, actually, so first of all I'll just put a layer down, and then we'll start working out where we're going to put the trees. Hopefully there's enough soil here, but if there isn't, we'll just use new stuff on the top. To do this all in new soil would be quite a lot of soil used. Okay, so that's given us basically our base layer to start with. Now we'll just decide where we're going to put maybe the rocks next. So got these kind of longish too, so I'm thinking of making kind of a gully going around the back here or something, maybe close to the front now, so they could maybe work there like that, and then few more bits here which we can put around here like this maybe. Some kind of smaller bits, we'll try to build it up. So kind of something like that I'm thinking. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get in the big tree here at the front. So this one is going to be the main tree obviously. So I need to decide where we want to put this one. So I'm thinking somewhere like here, like this. So I'm going to put another bit of soil under it. First of all, just round it up a little bit. You can push that in. Now I'm going to mound up the soil around it now. I'm not going to have enough soil for this job. So you always think you've got loads, but then when you start working you go through it pretty fast. Okay, we're working in a bit. Before I completely decide that's where I'm going with that one, it's just put our next one in next to him. I think this one here is probably the next fattest one, so we'll put him in. We go with that one here. So then we're looking at what we want next to that. Maybe one a little bit smaller. Maybe back here like that. Some of these and take off all too much. Well, I took off a lot of the outside root, but I left a lot of the inside root because they still are only in training really, so we don't want to be taking all the root off. And I find with forests you don't have to be as fussy because the roots are all going to grow into each other and anyway. And it's got such a big tray to grow into. Okay. I'm just basically leaving these rocks to do a bit of the work on holding them down. Now, thinking maybe then a little one back here. This one. cut this one down a bit. You want it taller than the others. Take it back to there. You can see these are already budding out. The green is already starting to pop on them, so don't want to leave this much longer. No, I don't have any moss at the moment, so the moss is going to have to wait for another day. Okay, so now we'll have a look at the other side. We'll get our biggest one, which is probably this one. Try and put him near the front. And here. Next biggest one is probably this one. Turn back there a bit. Sure the front is facing the right way. Just pick that rock up so that root has room to go in around it. Okay, next guy. I think we're going to do these kind of like they're in a row along the edge of the kind of canny thing. It's also from the front, it'll divide them up. I won't evenly space them. I'll move this one a bit closer. Okay, now we've got some of these smaller guys. Maybe we'll put this one over here. Just reduce that back a bit. Okay, that's that one in. Now, some of these smaller ones. Okay, we have to reduce them back. Like that, it's always worth keeping your cuttings and putting them in, because maybe I'll put this one back here more. Let's see, is there a smaller one? Yeah, it's surprising. Nearly every cutting I put in, it's taken, so it's always worth putting them in. And if they take, they take. If they don't, they don't. But a lot of the time, they will. Not all the time. Even a little tray of small ones, I think, are all taken as well. Okay, so this one next. There. Or do I want to put it back here somewhere? Maybe I'll put it this side. Okay, I can see every tree now from the front, so that's good. So this one little one left. Don't know, do I want a little one at the front here or probably not. Stick him in back here. Okay, so that's them all in. Now I do have this tray. This is the tray with some of the cuttings I took off these ones when I chopped them back, and when I pull them I can feel that they have taken, but I don't think we need any more in this planting. I think what's in it's enough for now, so we won't bother with that. I'll move all this now out of the way in a minute. Now what I'm going to do, actually, just use the last of the soil. Around them. This would really come to life when I've mossed it. Normally it's not until the moss goes on that you really start to make look more realistic. Okay, so I'm just going to go around now each tree, just work them in So I'll probably pause the video while I do this because it's going to take a little while. I'll just work every tree in. Okay, so they're all packed in now, good. Worked them all in, all the roots in. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go around over the whole thing with some of this sieved soil just to fill it all up. And be ready for mossing then when we get the moss. So I'm none at the moment, so we'll have to just fill in with this for now. I may decide when they've taken and all the roots have joined together and stuff and they've knitted in together to raise one side. Maybe this side raise it up so it's kind of above that side rather than both being on the same plane, just to give it a little bit of height definition. I just prefer it like that and all one level kind of thing, but now till they're all knitted together. When these are all knitted we can just lift the whole thing up a couple of inches if we want to. We'll see. Just from this side. This will obviously go darker once it's wet, but once we get the moss anyway it'll all be filled in. So okay, so that's that. Just want to fill it into the top of the rocks so it doesn't look like the rocks are sitting there. I want it to look like this is the kind of the rocks are the edge rather than planted on the top. Okay, so now all we'll have to do is decide what we're going to put in the canyon. Now I do have bits of this rock left. Here's some small bits that were broken off. So we could maybe put a couple of little bits in the canyon bit here, maybe a few up here. So we'll put something in the canyon anyway first. Okay, we've got this, it's kind of like all rubbly stuff and a mixture of all sorts of things, so that kind of looks good. So we'll put that in. Kind of like an old dry riverbed or something, or just a kind of canyon floor. All the bits of rubble and bits of sticks and everything fall down into. And then maybe we can put a couple of bits of rock that might have cracked off or something and over the years and ended up down here. Then maybe a bit over here. Maybe put a couple of bits again. It'll look better when there's moss around them and things. Maybe there's a bit up here. Just a little last bit there. Okay, something like that. So let's give it a bit of a spray and see what it's looking like when it's wet. look forward to growing this now and make that working on it, getting the moss growing, keeping the trees. I'm going to have to keep the trees quite narrow. I'm not going to have much room to spread, so we'll keep them trimmed quite tight. I won't do any real trimming now. Everything looks height wise not too bad. The main tree we could bring down a bit, I suppose. And there's a couple of branches at the top here. You can see that from there. Let's see if I can raise this up a bit. So the top is a bit not great, so we'll have a look at that. If I make it. Branch anyway is too thick. We've got two here together, so we'll get rid of one of them. There's buds all over it, so even on the trunk there's buds, so you can decide at any stage if you want to take some off, branches off. You can take them off because these branches will grow again. Okay, I think one here is broke, so we'll just take that off. A few dead bits on the end here, just knock them off. So we can get rid of. Okay, I think other than that, it's okay. This branch here isn't great. Take that tip off. We'll leave these at the moment, we'll leave them and we'll sort them out at a later stage. But yeah, now we just have to let it grow. Hopefully they all survive, which I think they surely will. Normally pretty resilient, these. Like I said, they grow pretty good from cuttings. Like I said, every single one of them cuttings that I put in is taken by the looks of it. A few weeds in there we need to get out, but I pulled that one out and you can see on there the roots on it. They're not in there that long, so yeah, they're pretty easy. I just cut them and put them in there to make like a little tiny forest something. Okay, so put that out of the way. Don't know about these rocks, we'll see. Maybe we'll move them around. We'll wait until we get the moss, and when the moss in there we might not bother putting any rocks in there. We might use these up on the top, but for now we'll just leave them in there because to keep them with it. Okay, so that's it for this video. Hopefully you liked it. Yeah, we just gotta let it grow. When the mossing time comes, I'll probably bring it in and do another video just showing that. But all the trees seem to be visible from the front. We've got the smaller ones at the back to give it a bit of depth. And yeah, we may change our mind, may make this a riverbed, in which case we'll put more rounder stones in there and some sand. But again, we'll wait until we're mossing it and that, and we'll decide then. Okay, so as always guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and we will see you on the next one. I'll just give you one look at it from a distance once I cleared up